Oh, it's the Friday night sports show and time for the Southern Mallee Giants footy report. We've had the Nettie with Zali, and she's kept us up to date pretty well about sport and a bit about her career too, which is great to hear. But now we've got the great man Coleman Schache who's back. Coleman Schache back is the headline, I reckon. He joins me now. G'day, Coleman. How are you?
Going well. Thanks, Flowman. Good to talk to you again.
Oh, I tell you, you must be excited to be getting pulling on the boots and being serious. Tell me that you actually trained with the under-14s this week, Coleman. You were so desperate.
Very exciting to be back. And Lou White as well. So, been a solid 7 months. And Lou and Credlin, he was away with the 14, so I had a bit of a run around with them, and they're up and about with a big chance as well.
I tell you what, they're pretty excited to see you out there training with them, that's for sure. But I tell you, this has been interesting because last week Warwick Eagles came out and took on Minyip Matoa and nearly got there. It was a close match. So with that in mind, and a couple of their prime movers, Tanner Smith and Jay McGrath, out of that game, and what looks like from their selected side this week, it does appear as though they're not playing this week at Matoa. So this opens the door. Obviously, you'd have to win probably 5 of the last 6, possibly 6 matches to make the finals.
We sure do. So, basically the start of our long finals campaign, hopefully. We need to hit the next 6 games running. Like you said, we can probably lose 1, but that's probably about it. So it's going to be tight for that last couple of spots in the finals. And good win last game against Warwick, obviously. And so hopefully take a bit of confidence from that and start building on that into the Boroughs ahead of tomorrow's game. And
it really is important, Coleman, because if you look at the other games that are being played, and that's perhaps where it gets to the point of if you say Horsham Saints get nailed by Stall, they'll remain below you. If the Horsham D's drop a game, now Warwick Eagles beat the D's earlier in the season, so you'd be hoping for some results to go your way in some of the other games.
We will need some results to go our way, so but as everyone knows, you can't rely on that. So we've just got to do what we can do, and that's win games and get some momentum. And if we can win the next sort of 5 out of 6, well, we deserve to be in finals. And if we sort of can't beat those teams, well, that's it is what it is, and that's where we deserve to be. So we'll got a pretty solid team in and give it a full crack.
I think you've got your best team in if I look at it for the season with both you and Lou White. If I recall, Lou went out early in the season in round 4, I reckon, against Minyip. I've got a feeling you were the next week against the D's. So you've both been out of the side for, 7-8 weeks now. So that's a long time for probably your two of your best 3 midfielders, I think, in yourself and Lou out of the game.
Yeah, and we also get Jake Garvey back this week as well, who's just missed a couple with his calf, so the big ruckman, so that's handy. And I think Rupert Sankstuck didn't quite get up from last week's game, 2 weeks ago against Warwick with his hamstring. So, other than him, we've sort of nearly got a full-strength side, which, it's exciting. And, got no excuses now. We've got to give it a red-hot go, and, there we go.
Going to be giving it a red-hot go, that is for sure. And I tell you what, at the goal-kicking stakes of it, Nick Denham leads your goal-kicking. He's at full forward for this game. I see Josh Webster's named at centre-half forward. It's going to be interesting to see his performance there. Of course, when you consider the other goal kickers across the league, some of the power forwards that are doing the job, only in the high 20s are the leading goal kickers for Wimmera. So it is a tough season and not a high-scoring season. So that's where I think this game's going to be. Just overall, the low-scoring games. Minyip Matoa don't kick big bags of goals either, do they?
No, they don't tend to when we play them. It tends to be sort of a lower-scoring affair. So, and like you said before, they've got a couple out, but they've just got a really good depth. Minyip, they're probably one of the best teams, I reckon, in terms of depth in the competition. So they'll bring in some good players, no doubt playing good footy in the reserves, which I think are pretty high on the ladder. They're a really good defending team. They're well structured behind the ball with their coach Tim McKenzie, and they've got some good intercept players and makes them really hard to score against. So if we can sort of try and get it open and get a bit of a high scoring game, that'll definitely help us.
Yeah, certainly will. What a side you've put in when you look at the halfback line of Sam Waddell, Sam White and Zach Robbins. That is an absolute beauty. So they'll have their own problems getting the ball forward into their goal-scoring area too. Let's have a look at a tip there, Coleman. I'm going to tip you blokes in an upset here. Just got a feeling that things are starting to really rebuild in the your camp. I think the confidence with having a big Garvey in the ruck, Lou White and yourself able to be a mobile midfielder kicking goals. I just got a feeling that you can out-kick them and score on the board. So that's what I'm tipping. I know you'll be going for your blokes too, but it's a tough game. The other ones too are going to be really important to watch. In the twos, you've got a good side in the twos. I notice, I guess with your best side coming through the ones, you've got a really good side. You've got Ben McGee into the twos. He goes into the midfield, and that's going to be good for him too, I think, to get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, he's spot on. It does get a few of the senior boys back in the reserves, and it's good midfield in the reserves with Bodie Colbert in there as well, and Gil Marshman and Benny McGee, like you said. So there's a fair bit of run in there. So hopefully the forwards get a bit more opportunity. It'll be a tough one against the Boroughs, but there's a bit more fitness and a bit more experience back in there, and it should be a competitive game hopefully.
Yeah, a lot of those kids too that came through, like Tristan Clare and Billy Allen and Hudson McCredden, all playing, and Decky Brown too together, all in that same side. So a real young group there that I think can, with their pace, cause some problems for Minyip Matoa. And don't be surprised if they're not real close on the scoreboard at the end of the game with this game.
Yeah, no, definitely right. So. Bit of a tough one against Warwick last week, but Benny McGee, I'm really excited to see how he's really, when he goes back into the reserves, he seems to tear it up. So we'll be looking for him to get his hands on the footy and use his run and speed and then break the line.
He certainly will be. And in the 14s, you made mention about just the fact that your boys are a real show here. Minyip Matoa are below them on the premiership ladder and a chance for a win. Apparently, they out of training, there was a bit of enthusiasm, and it wasn't just because you were coaching them, Coleman.
No, they're very much up and about the under 14s. They're quick to let us know that they're above Minyip on the ladder, and they're sniffing a huge chance. So they were up and about, full of noise at training, and hopefully they can take that into the weekend. And they're coming off some good form against Warwick. That was a ripping game. They were in it until the last minute and couldn't quite kick a goal. So they're in good form, the boys. So get there at 11 o'clock and get behind them.
Absolutely. Big Jesse Crisp in the ruck, and Dane Hakopa, he's been great all year. Cody Frankel's good. Kybe Bellinger can nail it with goals. They've got a good forward setup in Kobe Hallam down there. Ollie Wood at full back. He repels every attack. Oh, this is going to be great to see. Let's hope the boys in the morning can get a win over Minyip Matoa. It's big for the club, obviously, going over there to their home deck, but when you get back to your deck, I see that there's a big goods and services auction coming up, Coleman, and last year I was led to believe that you were supplying trailer loads of wood. Is that the case again this year?
No, I don't. No wood in there this year, but there's a big list online, so I think if you get on the Southern Mallee Giant Facebook page, you'll be able to see the list, and they're running it live as well as online. So if you can't actually make the night, you can still get online and chuck your bid in, which is a great way to do it. I think it gets everyone involved and bump the cost of things up a bit as well with a wider range of people bidding on it. So it's always a good fundraiser and a good fun night as well.
I tell you what, there's some good products for going up on the board right now, including the king-size bed and base with the mattress protector and the magnificent quilt from 40 Winks Horsham. So she's going to be a very good auction. Of course, that is the Goods and Services auction. It's running now up to Saturday the 23rd of July at 9 p.m. You can go online and to register and to follow it on the Southern Mallee Giants Facebook page. All right, Coleman, I'm looking forward to the results coming through on Saturday night, and hopefully for you that knee goes well, and for the club too you go well, and you have a terrific weekend.
Cheers, bye man, good stuff.